Have you ever found yourself tiptoeing out of bed 3, maybe even 4 times a night, just to use the bathroom? Maybe you feel that dull pressure that never quite goes away. Or you've noticed it's harder to fully empty your bladder like you used to. You chalk it up to age, maybe even try to laugh it off. But deep down, it's frustrating. It's tiring. And sometimes, if we're honest, it's a little scary. You're not alone. In fact, if you're a man over 60, or someone who loves one, this topic touches your life more than you might think. Prostate health isn't just some medical issue whispered about in waiting rooms. It's tied to your independence, your energy, your sense of control. When your body doesn't feel right, when you can't trust your bladder, it starts to affect your confidence, how far you go, how long you stay, whether you accept that lunch invitation or not. But what if I told you nature has been quietly offering you support all along? Through the foods growing in your garden, your grocery store, maybe even your own fridge. Today, we're planting some powerful seeds together, no prescriptions, no pressure, just real, natural ways you can start supporting your prostate health using everyday fruits and habits. Some of these are backed by emerging science, others by centuries of tradition. Either way, you deserve to know the truth that no one tells you, and it starts now. Let's dig into seed 1, the humble tomato. You've probably had a few in your salad this week without thinking twice, but tomatoes are more than just a colorful side dish. They're packed with a nutrient called lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that targets inflammation in the body, especially in the prostate. And here's a twist, cooked tomatoes are even better for you than raw. That's because cooking unlocks lycopene, making it easier for your body to absorb. Think hearty tomato soup, rich pasta sauce, or even a baked shakshuka. Delicious and healing. I remember my Uncle Joe, a man who loved to cook. Every Sunday, his kitchen smelled like simmering marinara and garlic. He didn't know it at the time, but that tradition may have helped protect his prostate into his 80s. It's a reminder that health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, it's in the foods we already love, we just need to be more intentional. A common myth is that only raw veggies are good for you. But for your prostate, that's not always true. So go ahead, heat those tomatoes, add a little olive oil, and give your meals a purpose. Now that we've warmed up with tomatoes, let's move to seed 2, pomegranate. This deep red fruit has been treasured for thousands of years, often called a symbol of life in ancient cultures. But here's what's even more impressive, pomegranate juice contains compounds that may help slow down the progression of prostate cell growth. The antioxidants in pomegranate, especially punicalagins, are some of the most potent nature has to offer. They target inflammation and may help your body naturally regulate abnormal prostate enlargement. One Everyday Ageless viewer, James, wrote in last month to share how drinking 4 ounces of pomegranate juice before bed helped him finally sleep through the night without waking to pee. Is it magic? No. It's just nature doing what it does best, heal quietly when we give it the chance. Now, don't overdo it. Pomegranate is naturally sweet, so moderation is key. Look for 100% juice with no added sugars. Or better yet, toss the seeds onto your oatmeal or a salad. A little every few days can go a long way. You see, when you choose these fruits, with intention, not just habit, you're doing more than feeding your stomach. You're feeding your future. Let's keep planting, because seed may third be one you've heard about, but few really understand, saw palmetto. This small, dark berry grows in the southeastern U.S. and has been used for generations to support men's urinary health. What makes it special is its ability to block a hormone called DHT, the very hormone linked to prostate enlargement. Unlike synthetic medications that often come with side effects, saw palmetto works more gently with your body. A retired park ranger I once met in Florida swore by it. He said after starting saw palmetto tea, his urgency and discomfort eased within weeks. He was able to return to his long nature walks, without always needing to plan for the nearest bathroom. Now, Here's where many folks get it wrong: they buy cheap saw palmetto supplements that don't contain the active fatty acids needed to make a difference. Quality matters here. If you're thinking about trying it, look for lepidosterolic extract on the label and talk with your doctor, especially if you're on. Alright, take a deep breath with me. We're 3 seeds in, and already, you're holding real tools that could change how you feel every day. But we're just getting started. Next, we'll reach for something sweet and simple, seed 4, blueberries, and explore how these tiny fruits pack a mighty punch for prostate wellness. So stay with me. Let's keep the momentum going with seed 4, blueberries, the cellular shield. You've likely heard that blueberries are a superfood. But what does that really mean? When it comes to your prostate, these little blue gems can make a surprising difference. They're rich in anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants that help repair and protect your body's cells from chronic inflammation, one of the silent contributors to prostate discomfort and even long-term disease. One Everyday Ageless subscriber named George wrote in and said something that stuck with me: I swapped my morning pastry for a handful of blueberries. And within a month, I had more energy and fewer bathroom trips. Now, is it a miracle cure? No. But it's a small, consistent choice that supports your body in a big way. That's the magic of these natural changes: they're gentle, but powerful over time. The key is consistency. Try adding half a cup of blueberries to your breakfast, fresh, frozen, or blended into a smoothie. The form doesn't matter as much as the habit. And when you begin your day with something that fuels healing, everything else starts to align. Now, from the berry patch to the tropics, it's time for seed 5, pineapple, the enzyme booster. If you've ever had fresh pineapple, you know it's sweet, juicy, and just a little tart. But what you may not know is that pineapple contains a natural enzyme called bromelain, and this compound is incredible for reducing inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. Let me tell you about Leonard, a widower in his 70s who reached out after trying what he called his pineapple ritual. Every night after dinner, he'd have a few slices. Within weeks, he felt lighter, more comfortable, and more in control of his bladder. He said, "It sounds silly, but I feel like myself again." And that's not silly at all. That's powerful. Now, here's the catch: bromelain is highest in fresh pineapple, not canned versions soaked in syrup. So if you can, buy whole pineapples or pre-cut chunks. Just a few slices a few times a week can support not just your prostate, but your digestion, joints, and more. Also, pineapple pairs beautifully with breakfast, yogurt, or as a sweet treat after lunch. Little swaps like this can make healthy living feel joyful again, not like punishment or restriction. And speaking of seeds, it's time for one you may already have in your pantry: seed 6, pumpkin seeds, the zinc-rich allies. Pumpkin seeds aren't just seasonal snacks. They're loaded with zinc, a mineral your prostate depends on. Zinc helps regulate testosterone levels and supports healthy tissue growth. Low zinc has been linked to prostate inflammation, so keeping your levels up is one of the simplest ways to give your body what it needs. In fact, in parts of Europe like Austria and Germany, men have long relied on pumpkin seed oil and roasted seeds as part of their everyday diet. Not just for taste, but for tradition and wellness. I once met a gentleman at a wellness retreat in Vermont, Harold, 78 years old, who carried a little tin of pumpkin seeds in his coat pocket everywhere he went. He said, "They're crunchy, tasty, and better than any pill." And science would agree. 2 tablespoons of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds per day is a great habit. You can toss them into a salad, oatmeal, or even enjoy them as a satisfying snack between meals. But here's something most people miss: eating healthy foods is only one side of the equation. What you don't do matters just as much. That brings us to seed 7, the pitfalls to avoid, mistakes that sabotage your prostate health. See, I've spoken to dozens of men who eat well, take their supplements, even walk regularly, and still struggle. Why? Because of a few hidden habits. The first mistake: Not drinking enough water. Sounds too simple, but dehydration makes urine more concentrated, irritating your bladder and worsening urgency. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups a day, more if you're active. The second? Too much caffeine or alcohol. Coffee, soda, even that evening glass of wine, they may feel harmless, but they stimulate the bladder and contribute to sleep disruption and discomfort. You don't have to quit completely. Just be mindful. Try alternating with herbal teas or cutting back slowly. Another? Skipping fiber. A sluggish digestive system creates pressure in your abdomen, and that affects your prostate and bladder too. Add more fruits, veggies, and whole grains. A simple switch from white bread to whole grain can start to shift things in your favor. And finally, ignoring stress. Yep, stress directly affects hormone levels and inflammation. High stress equals high tension in the body. And when everything's tight, your organs suffer. Meditation, breathing, even just laughing more can be therapy for your prostate. Don't underestimate the healing power of joy. So let's take a breath right here. You've learned about blueberries, pineapple, pumpkin seeds, and the key mistakes to look out for. That's a lot of growth in just a few minutes. And you're doing beautifully. Now we're ready to shift gears a bit. In the final part of this video, I want to speak to your heart. About what this journey truly means, about hope, about family, about choosing to live well today. So stay with me. The most important part is yet to come. Now, I want to take a moment to speak directly to the part of you that may be feeling discouraged, tired, maybe even afraid. Because here's the truth that doesn't get talked about enough: prostate health isn't just a medical issue. It's deeply emotional. When you don't feel like your body is working with you. When you're up all night, when you're planning your day around restrooms, when you're embarrassed to talk about what's going on, it wears on you. It steals not just your sleep, but your confidence. It makes you feel older than you are. And that can be lonely. But let me tell you something from the heart: you are not alone. And you are not broken. Your body is not giving up on you. It's asking for help in the only way it knows how. Through symptoms. Through signals. Through gentle nudges that it needs a little more care. And the good news? You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. You've already planted 7 seeds today. Not just foods, but ideas, habits, hope. Tomatoes, pomegranate, saw palmetto, blueberries, pineapple, pumpkin seeds, and awareness of what to avoid, they're all small tools. But together, they build something mighty. And I want to speak now to those of you who are watching because you're caring for someone else. Maybe it's your dad, your husband, your brother. Maybe you're watching because you're scared of what you're seeing in someone you love. You matter, too. Your support, your curiosity, your willingness to learn, it's everything. You can be a quiet hero just by sharing a smoothie recipe, adding a handful of seeds to their snack, or suggesting a calm evening walk. So now, let's gently recap what we've learned, in plain, simple steps: eat more cooked tomatoes, lycopene loves heat. Sip on pure pomegranate juice a few times a week. Consider a high-quality saw palmetto extract, if it's right for you. Add blueberries to your mornings, they protect more than your brain. Treat yourself to fresh pineapple for its soothing enzyme bromelain. Snack on pumpkin seeds daily for a natural zinc boost. And drink water, move your body, breathe deeper, and cut down on what inflames you, including stress. That's it. No giant overhauls. Just little nudges. And that's how big change happens, not in one leap, but one step, one choice, one seed at a time. Now I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which seed will you plant first? What's one simple change you're ready to try this week? Let's start a conversation, because this community, Everyday Ageless, is about growing stronger together. And if this video gave you something, hope, clarity, encouragement, I'd be honored if you'd tap the like button and subscribe. Not for me, but for you. Because you deserve a space that respects your journey and champions your health with love and truth. And now, as a little bonus before you go, I want to leave you with a quote. It's one I keep on a sticky note above my desk. It says, "The body heals with play. The mind heals with laughter. And the spirit heals with joy." Sometimes healing isn't about more medication or stricter diets. Sometimes it's about taking a walk in the sunshine with a handful of blueberries in your pocket. Laughing with someone you love. Trusting that even in this season of life, your body is still capable of change, of strength, of thriving. And hey, before you go, don't miss the next video in this series. We're diving into simple, senior-friendly exercises that help balance hormones and support prostate flow. It's gentle. It's doable. And it's made with you in mind. So here's to you, aging boldly, living wisely, and growing into the most vibrant version of yourself. Because here at Everyday Ageless, we believe that growing older is not about slowing down. It's about leveling up. I'm proud of you. I'm cheering you on. And I'll see you in the next one.